Hello, my name is Darius Whiteside, and my presentation is on legalizing prostitution. When I say the word slavery, the first thing that most likely comes to mind is the traumatic 246 years our people had to live through, and the thing that still defines us today. Though the most popular form of slavery was abolished in 1865, there are still various forms lurking in today's society. Those forms being incarceration, student debt, and finally, prostitution. French poet Victor Hugo once said, "Slavery still exists, but now it only applies to women, and its name is prostitution." Just like our ancestors, women today who choose to be sex workers are finding themselves in a cage with very little wiggle room. By legalizing prostitution, issues like STDs and human trafficking would decrease, and the government and economy would not only benefit but thrive. Let's discuss some of the problems connected with prostitution and the solution that easily comes with legalizing it. Some of the biggest issues we face in today's society are those linked to prostitution: the spread of STDs and human trafficking. Prostitutes spreading STDs became a reality when stories started to rise of married women contracting venereal diseases from their husbands, making the sex workers sexual deviants and husbands not even seen as contributors. With respect for sex workers being bare to none and them having no laws to protect them, it made them a heavy target for human trafficking. Human trafficking is when a person is recruited, harbored, or transferred into a situation and exploited through the use of violence and deception and forced to work against their will. With over 83,957 people missing in the USA, 40,530 of them are females, and 51% of them are sex workers. When it comes to these problems, there is only one solution that covers all bases, and that is legalizing prostitution as a whole. Legalizing prostitution would not only decriminalize the act of buying and selling sex, but also include government regulations such as bi-weekly STD screening and monthly HIV testing. Every state would have different regulations, but we can use the state of Nevada as a prime example. Along with the mandatory testing, sex workers are to publicly come forward if tested positive to give their client privacy and take a leave of absence until they are medically cleared. Legalizing prostitution is just one step in the process of giving women back their power, but it's the biggest. It's important that we stop enslaving the female population by telling them what they can and cannot do, and instead coming together to uplift them and giving them a freedom to do what they want in a safe environment to do so, including laws that don't go against them but protect them. The best way to stop the spread of STDs and human trafficking is to regulate it. That's why I stand with those who choose to step out of the norm and push the boundaries that society has given us. By legalizing prostitution, issues like STDs and human trafficking would decrease, and the government and the economy would not only benefit but thrive. I'm going to show you guys a video of, I'm going to show you a video.
That's an interesting topic.
This video is going to show you guys some comparisons and statistics from other countries that are already moving this way.
Okay.
My mom's a prostitute.
This country to penalize those who buy sex instead of those who sell it. This kind of legislation against prostitution was first introduced in 1999 in Sweden to great success. Many countries have since followed their example. So what are the prostitution laws like around the world, and should prostitution be legal? Well, first of all, prostitution, simply put, is sex for money. This comes under the umbrella term of sex work. However, it is legally distinct from other industries like pornography. Prostitution is generally correlated with higher rates of crime and poverty, and that's part of the reason many countries want to get rid of the practice. However, many governments have turned to legalizing prostitution as a form of harm reduction to give vulnerable sex workers more protections. Most South American countries allow prostitution, including Brazil and Argentina. And many European countries have legalized aspects of prostitution too, including Germany, the United Kingdom, France, and Spain. Notably, Australia and India have also decriminalized forms of prostitution. Some of the most famous red light districts are in the Netherlands, Thailand, Germany, Japan, and France. And while not all of these countries officially consider prostitution legal, major cities often have more liberal attitudes towards sex work. Legalizing prostitution and adding government regulation has shown to benefit sex workers and society at large. In the Australian Capital Territory, a 1992 law decriminalized prostitution and set up a government registry for sex workers and brothels. This helped confine the sex industry to specific areas, cut down on crime, and promote testing for sexually transmitted diseases. In 2003, New Zealand also took measures to legally regulate prostitution. The Prostitution Reform Act sought specifically to safeguard the rights of sex workers, promote public health, and reduce child prostitution. The 2008 committee charged with evaluating the Reform Act's effectiveness concluded that there had been a generally positive effect from decriminalization and increased government oversight. Sweden has also famously reformed prostitution laws with success towards achieving gender equality. Their laws, which only punish the buyer of sex with fines and jail time, view prostitution as a form of serious violence against women. 15 years have passed since the initial introduction of this law, and Sweden has seen prostitution rates cut in half. Swedish prostitutes also get paid more than anywhere else in Europe, contributing to a better quality of life for prostitutes. Presently, the Swedish model has inspired several other countries, including Norway, Iceland, and most recently Northern Ireland, to pass similar laws. And although prostitution industries vary widely across the world, legalization and decriminalization of prostitution has many benefits and should merit serious consideration from other world governments. The city of Rome has a prostitution problem, but the way they are attempting to address the issue is pretty strange. Check out this video from Seeker to learn more.
So Rome is trying a new solution. The mayor has just approved a new plan to corral prostitutes into a zone specifically designated for prostitution, Rome's very own red light district. The city has a somewhat confusing legal structure around prostitution.
Thanks for watching TestTube. Don't forget to subscribe for all of our latest videos straight into your inbox.
Now would be the time to ask me any questions.
So, do you think that the U.S., like United States, should legalize prostitution?
I feel like going big as the U.S. is too much right now. I feel like we should go state by state.
State by state.
Yeah.
Uh,
Starting with Ohio.
Ohio. Why Ohio?
Because Ohio is #1 in the USA for human trafficking right now.
Could I become a prostitute? Could I like have sex with whatever I want?
Yes, there are men prostitutes. But as of right now, it's still illegal, so I would say no.
It's still illegal if you go.
Okay, thank you. You can end the